Alright. Hey everyone, I'm Tridenttail, and yeah, this is Diddy Racing. We're going to be doing the 80% category. So yeah, let's go. Let's get started right now. Alright, so this is, like I said, 80%, and we're going to be doing this in under 50 minutes. And if you're not familiar with runs of this game, you're probably wondering how I'm going to be completing this game in under 15 minutes, but there's a lot of really wacky things you can do in the adventure mode here that that allows us to do just that. So in the 100% category, there's 47 gold balloons that you have to collect to complete the game, among other things. But in this run, I'll be completing the game with 16 balloons, and you can even go as low as 11 balloons. So we're going to be skipping a considerable portion of this game. Alright, so the toughest trick of the run is actually right at the very beginning, so let's get that out of the way first. So we're going to switch to plane here. There's a couple overworld balloons that we do need to collect. So the first one's right here. Hopefully I don't bonk. Alright. You can like hit the front of the wall there, and then you just lose all your altitude and then don't get the balloon. Alright, then there's one right here. And then we gotta set up for the trick here. Oh, almost had it. Alright, let me just try this again. There we go. Alright, so now we're out of bounds, and then we can just go straight to WizPig 1. Alright. So yeah, that's actually the hardest trick in this run, so we're home free now. Alright, so WizPig 1, one of the hardest races in the game. Oh wow, I missed the starting boost there. Yeah, it's really difficult with the amount of lag on this race. The music and this rain effect that's on the screen generates like a lot of lag, so this race is really difficult. Oh wow, okay. This is not the best here. Alright, let's just forget that lap ever happened. Alright, so we're not going to miss this zipper coming up here. There we go, that's better. Alright, much better. We just gotta do that one more time. Wow. You can get an awkward bounce there on this like uneven terrain and then just like get sent all over the place. Alright. So that was pretty rough, but it's okay. Alright, so there's like some mock credits after this, but we don't want to watch that, so we're just going to reset the console. And then now we're going to be heading to Dino Domain, which is the first world in the game. And so, yeah, if you're familiar with seeing 100% runs, this should all feel very familiar to you now. Alright, I'm selecting TT here because TT is the fastest character. He's got the best top speed, a really good acceleration, and his handling is like kind of like mid-tier, which is perfect for this game. So TT is the one to use. All right, so what I'm doing in the car here is I'm tapping the A button, and by tapping the A button, you're actually getting like a little bit of like a speed boost. So if you hear the if you're hearing me tap the A button over and over again, that's why. Another important part of this category is cutscene skips. So at the end of each race, I have a 1-frame window to pause the game and exit to the lobby so that I can avoid watching a cutscene. Just like that. All right. I've got to do about 12, I think. About 12 of them. And like I said, it's a 1-frame trick, and if I miss it once, I lose 20 seconds, so hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's very likely to happen. Oh wow, I could have got the balloon there. Usually you're not fast enough to beat the CPUs there, and I was fast enough, but I just missed it. We got another cutscene skip here. Alright. You can buffer it too. If you don't get it on the first frame, you can attempt to unpause and pause very quickly, but it's really difficult. Alright, so this is Fossil Canyon. This one kind of has a cool trick that you can do called, we call it Canyonless. Kind of a spoof on the SM64 trick Canyonless. But I'm going to do some tight drifts here to grab the blue balloon and hit that zipper, and then I can chain them to just kind of launch myself here. Alright. Oh, there we go. That happens sometimes. It was still a really good lap. Sub 20 is alright with me. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Very good. Alright, so now we're going on to Hot Top Volcano. This is the first plane track that we're going to see. And there's actually a trick that you can do here. Gonna have a little bit of out of bounds action here. Just gonna pick up some bananas first. There we go. So I picked up the bananas there because each banana you collect increases your top speed and your acceleration. And then once you pick up 10, you're maxed out. If you pick up any more after that, it's not going to affect anything. But even just grabbing these 5 balloons or bananas, sorry, before going out of bounds really makes a difference. And I need to get a cutscene skip here, and it's kind of hard to do it out of bounds, so I'm going to go back in. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to do a trick here called Tricky Skip. It's the most recent trick that was found. It was found in like summer of 2017. It's a checkpoint manipulation glitch that you can do. So if all goes well, I can finish this in like 13 seconds instead of 55 seconds. But we'll see if we can get it. Oh wow, okay. This is really bad luck. Wow, this is really, really bad luck. Wow, okay, I actually got it. Okay, so to explain kind of what happened there, it would have actually been faster to do the race normally, but that's the name of the game, I guess. So what happened there is by driving into that corner there's an oscillating checkpoint. So every frame it flips between two different checkpoints, and you need to drive through there as fast as you can so that you can like leave the area with a certain checkpoint enabled, which will confuse the game into thinking you're like farther in the race than you actually are. So that was like the bit of like the luck element that I was talking about. I kept getting, I guess, the other checkpoint, not the checkpoint that I wanted. So usually you can tell if you get it when the wrong way pops up. So I had to do it like 5 times because the wrong way was not popping up, so I knew I didn't get the right checkpoint. All right, now we're back to racing. Almost went for a swim there. That's fine. Okay. So now we're doing these coin challenges. There's 8 coins on each level, and we have to collect all 8 of them and come in first place. And this one's actually like pretty difficult. The coins are like not really in nice places. Good. So far, batting 1,000 on the cutscene skiffs. Very good. All right, so this is Ancient Lake coins. Nothing too special about this. The coins are in much nicer places. The strategy for these like coin races, they kind of depend on the level. Sometimes you'll like prioritize bananas over the coins so that you can go faster. But then in some races you'll prioritize getting the coins first lap so that they're just out of the way. And then you can just focus on racing. Oh. That one, I was a little worried about that one. Alright. Alright, this is Fossil Canyon coins. This one's pretty difficult. Really good start. Alright, so like there's a coin right there, but I'm going to prioritize getting these bananas first. Oh, and then you can land right on that coin, and that's really hard to do, and that worked out. Alright, but this is the coin that's really tricky. Well, we just missed the zipper, so we made that easy. Okay. So we got all the coins, now we can just clean this race up. Okay, we're good. 7 for 7. Alright, so in this race, we're going to prioritize getting all the coins first on the first lap so that we can go out of bounds on the next lap. It's a bit of a harsh bonk there. Hitting walls in the plane is really, really tough because you lose all your altitude and lose all your speed. You often get knocked back, so it's pretty tough. Alright, so we got all the coins, now we can go out of bounds. We're just gonna go out of bounds here. And then you'll notice that I'm like barrel rolling all the time in the plane. The reason why I do that is because when you barrel roll, you actually like are getting like these boosts. And you can just chain them over and over again. And I'm actually not even pressing the A button to accelerate at all. I'm just getting by with the boost from the barrel rolls. Okay. So this is tricky too, but the same trick applies. So hopefully I get a little bit better luck than fifth try.
I'll give you a special prize.
There we go. That's much better. All right. Much better. So yeah, like I said, it's like on average, it's like a 55-second race. That one's actually a little bit harder because there's more obstacles on the track. And then we finished it in like what, 13 seconds or something like that. So when it was initially found, it was a pretty big skip.
See you later.
All right, so that's the first world done, pretty much. There's a trophy race that we need to do, but there's like 3 other worlds in this game, and we're already at what, 17 minutes? So you might be wondering how we're gonna be able to complete another 3 worlds in time, but we'll make it happen. So the reason why I'm doing this, the whole point of any percent is to just finish the WizPig 2 race, which is in Future Funland, which is the last world in the game. And to get access to that, you have to do WizPig 1, and you also have to get the 4 trophies to the 4 worlds. So we already did WizPig 1. That was the first thing we did. We did that by clipping out of bounds. And now we're doing the trophy race for Dino Domain. And you unlock the trophy race by completing the balloon races, the first boss, and then the coin races, and then the second boss in each world. But we won't be doing that today. In fact, if you like the Dino Domain tracks, this is the category for you, because we will be doing these tracks over and over and over again. Yeah, you can get a lot of speed there. It's really unlikely with the music on, because the music will generate lag. But you know, every once in a while you get some pretty good momentum going, and then you can just hit the ceiling there. All right, this is a bit of an awkward angle. Yeah. All right. And luckily in the trophy race we don't have to worry about cutscene skips, so that's good. We will have to do some other races though where we might have to do it. So we'll see. I'm gonna use the shield here just in case. A lot of these CPUs tend to use shields there, and if you run into one of the CPUs with the shield, then you spin out for a bit. So to make sure that doesn't happen, I'll grab the shield there and I'll use it to protect myself. All right, so nothing different here. Same strategy. You're gonna collect a couple bananas. And then just barrel roll up and down here. When you go out of bounds, oh, okay, nice little backflip there. When you go out of bounds, you can't just like fly in whichever path you want. There's still like checkpoints that you have to touch. Otherwise, the game will think you're going the wrong way and make you turn around. So you don't want that. So you still have to fly in a certain path. But going out of bounds does make it that pretty easy. All right, so we got the first of 4 trophies. And you'd think that we're going to leave here and go to another world, but we're actually just going to do the same thing over again. We're just going to go back to the trophy race here.
Trophy race.
I haven't had enough of Dino Domain today, so... Let's do this again. And I promise you there's a purpose to this. Okay, so you guys have already seen the out of bounds for Hot Tub Volcano. There's some weird things that you can do in Hot Tub Volcano. There's a mysterious loading zone underneath the finish line of Hot Tub Volcano, and when you drive into it, it'll like warp you to another area in the overworld. And we're gonna do something kind of funny with that once we get there. Just gotta get through this race and Jungle Falls as well. This is a really good race so far. This might be sub 1. That'd be really cool. Alright, so yeah, that's a sub 1 Fossil Canyon. That's really, really good. Really good time.
Jungle Falls.
Ooh, turned a little too sharp there. Alright. After this race is when things are going to start getting weird. If I can just finish the race. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go out of bounds right here. And we're going to drive towards the finish line. There's a little loading zone right here. And it takes us back into the overworld. And basically what I did was I interrupted the trophy race. So the game still thinks that I'm in the trophy race. Usually don't do this race in runs, but for safety, I'm gonna pick up an extra balloon here. So I'm just gonna finish this real quick. Then I'm gonna finish on the Taj mat here because I need to change vehicles.
Hello, baby,
Alright, so pick up this balloon, back up, call Taj.
Hello.
And now, okay, so like I said, the game still thinks that we're in a trophy race. And we finished 3 out of 4 races. So now we're going to go to Snowflake Mountain. And I'm going to do the fastest race here, which is Snowball Valley. And we're going to do this race. And this race can be kind of tricky sometimes. With these rolling snowballs, you can really get wrecked by those snowballs. They can just like kill all your speed if you hit one. So we're gonna try to avoid them, but it's hard. Yeah, that happens. Oh, wow, I got lucky there, okay. Sometimes you can get squished there. Okay. Alright, so now the game still thinks that I'm in a trophy race, and I've just completed 4 races, so I get a trophy. And it looks like it's in Dino Domain, but we actually just got the trophy for Snowflake Mountain. So this trick is called trophy storage, and we're going to do this a few more times to get the trophies for all the worlds. But first, I'm going to do this race again to grab another balloon. I keep cutting that turn a little too sharp, so I'm riding up the slope, which is not what I want to do. Alright, that was really good boost. Stupid snowballs. Okay, so I need to get the cutscene skip here. Very good. Alright, so now that's all we need from here, so we're going to leave and go back to Dino Domain. Alright, Taj wants to do Hover Challenge, but it hurts my thumb, so I'm going to just leave.
No, no, no. Dino Domain.
Alright,
Trophy race.
so yeah, we're going to do this again. Get used to this. We have to do this 2 more times, so... Alright, 36 is pretty good. Alright, another sub 1 here would be really nice. Sometimes you can just clip right through those balloons. Wow, I had enough speed to hit the ceiling again. What you could do to prevent that is, if you think you have too much speed going into that zipper, you can like just quickly tap the A button twice. And then that'll like kind of just like reduce your speed like slightly so that you can just slide right into that tunnel there. Alright. 13:25 is pretty good first lap. Okay, 36 is much better than 41, which is I think what I got last time.
Volcano.
Okay, so now we're gonna do the warp again. Wow, that's really good luck. So the warp that I got overworld warp twice. This warp is actually a 10% chance of getting. It's not really the warp that I want, but it is better than it is the second best option. There's out of 3 options. So. All right, so we're gonna go to Whale Bay, which is the shortest course in Crescent or in Sherbet Island, and it's the first hover track that we'll see. And the trick to hover is this like constant turning back and forth. For some reason, you get like a speed boost when you snake from side to side. So you're gonna see me just constantly turning back and forth. That's a pretty cool boost chain that you can do there. It's pretty difficult though. This, like, you have to turn pretty sharp to get this. 48's really good. Okay, so now I got my trophy for Sherbet Island. But right now, I'm actually 2 balloons short of accessing a race in Dragon Forest, which is the last world. So I'm going to do 2 more races while I'm here, just in case I don't get the good RNG on the next warp. So I'm going to do Whale Bay again. Sometimes, I'm trying to jump there so I don't hit the front of the ship, but sometimes you can just have your input eaten. There we go, that's a little bit better. Alright, this is the hardest cutscene skip to get, so if I'm going to miss one, it's not going to be that one? Okay. I miss that one all the time in 100% runs, so... Yeah, actually, we're almost perfect on the cutscene skips. I've got 1 more race left, so if I get this, then I'd be perfect on the cutscene skips today. And we won't be losing 20 seconds to missed cutscene skips. First lap was not that great there. Alright, that's a little bit better. Okay, this is the moment of truth, everybody. Wow, perfect on the cutscene skips today. That does not happen very often, so...
Tridenttail, just to let you know, the button is right there beside you if you finish, okay?
Okay, thanks.
People forgot today, that's why.
Okay, so... we've got all the balloons that we need So all that's left to do is just get the trophy for Dragon Force. So we're going to set up another trophy storage glitch.
Trophy race.
This will be the last time we see these tracks. It's really the only bummer about this category is a lot of Dino Domain and not a lot of, you know, the rest of the game, but that's just how it worked out, unfortunately. But there's still some cool stuff in this category that you don't get to see in 100%, so that kind of makes up for it. Okay, nice, got the balloon. Nice. Alright, this is looking to be a pretty decent Fossil Canyon. So as you can see, like, I'm lapping the CPUs a lot, and that's because there's no rubber banding in this game, but it kind of makes things interesting because when you lap them, they have a tendency to get in your way a lot of the time, so it's just another thing to worry about, is how you're going to kind of get past these CPUs a second time. Sometimes they can really ruin your day by, like, placing traps and hitting you with rockets. Luckily that hasn't happened so far yet, so that's good. Wow, that was a 35. That's really good. Okay, so last warp. I'm hoping for not to get overworld this time. That would be bad. Okay, that's good. All right, so I got 16 balloons. That's enough to get me into this race here. And this one's a plain one, and luckily enough, it actually has an out of bounds in this track as well. One of the hardest clips in the game, so hopefully I can get it. If I don't get it, then I'll bring great shame to my family. There we go. So we are out of bounds, but the hard part's not over yet. The hard part is definitely the navigating out of bounds. It's not like Hot Top Volcano where you just kind of go in like a really basic oval. You kind of have to actually navigate around around this track. And if you go too far down or out of bounds, you actually get like sent back to the starting line, which is really bad. So we need to, like, you know, really keep our movement, you know, pretty tight to the course. But there's a couple turns that we can skip, like this whole section we skip. All right. So that's good. We got all the trophies. We beat WizPig. So now we have green light to go to Future Funland. And there's one more crazy trick that we're going to do, because this game set up a lot of barriers to you know, to make sure that you have to complete everything in the game to you know, completely beat it. And we have 16 balloons out of 47. We've done none of the mini games. We've done like none of the boss races. So there's a door that's blocking the final boss room, and it doesn't open until you like have done completely like everything that there is to do. So we're gonna have to do something kind of crazy to get access to that. All right, so TT is gonna say hi to TT here. We're gonna bug this guy for a bit. He's like our bigger brother. So I'm just gonna, every time I talk to him, I'm gonna back up a little bit and then honk at him. And basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring him down towards me. He's not being nice right now. Okay. Really? Oh, okay. That worked somehow. Alright, so there's this tunnel behind me. We need to pull him into this tunnel here. All right. So now the reason why we're doing this is because we can get TT kind of stuck on the wall here.
Hi there.
And then he can like slam down and like knock you back out of bounds.
Hi there.
Just like that. All right. So now, so now we're in the last race here. This is Wizpig 2. He's on a rocket now because he can't beat me running. And naturally, there's an out of bounds clip on this track too. So, yeah, this race can be pretty interesting. So we're going to pick up this balloon. We're going to need it later. All right, so we're home free now. Okay, there we go. Sometimes that part of the track won't load, and then it's really difficult because there's like a wall there where if you're like not careful, you can like go back in bounds, and we definitely don't want that because this race is a pain to do in bounds. There we go. Okay, can you barrel? There we go. There we go. So yeah, that's Diddy Kong Racing any percent.
Tridenttail, that was a good job, man.
Thanks.
5 minutes. Well, I'm sure people give me, you know, rough estimates when they give me time. So
yeah, you kind of need it for this game because
Yeah.
there's a lot of areas where you can get nickels and dimed on the luck. So yeah, 45 is good time. I'm happy with that.
So you just really just.